Greetings everyone, this is Mike Wright, the Astro Sherpa, dropping in with a spatial report. Grab your popcorn, put on your 3D glasses, sit back and get ready to enjoy the show. We're gonna see the greatest game invented, Texas Hold'em. Yeah, one of the famous phrases in Texas Hold'em is, it's gonna come down to the river. So we'll get to that in a little bit. So I'm going to show you a little time travel here, and we're going to take you back and show you the moon here in Virgo. So we've done a huge storyline shift. These planets have shifted out of Leo. Venus has now come into Virgo. She had to cross over Black Moon Lilith. So this is Black Moon Lilith is that feminine nature we outcast. We would call a witch, the misunderstood crone. And we're going to show you one of those too. So hang in here, tune in, tune up. This is an amazing part of the journey for your awareness. So October is when all the ghouls and goblins and the scary things come out that has to be faced. It is the end of a season. It's where the worms and the little scary creatures and the spiders are spinning their webs to catch things to store away. So death is the destruction of the old. And we are seeing the destruction of old world power structures. Old world belief structures are under severe tension. So you're going to have to tap into the power you've been working on if you've been aware and on your path. This is a hero's journey for each of you. This has been understood for a long time. And it's not about being a hero, it's the path that the heroes took, that we can see how they were destroyed, remade, reborn, rebirthed into the new. You go from black to red to white. This has been shown in all movies, cultures, clash. Look at the lightsabers. There's a red one, Mars, and a blue one, Jupiter. So the father, Jupiter, L, Mars, this is the warmongering, but it's the Prince of Peace, the devotion, the craft. You know, this is the tip of the spear that explores things when you put it to good use. So this whole universe is surrounded in darkness, and we're going to go out here and look at that. So hang in here, but let's do a little time travel. So we're going to shut this sound box off, and here you go. Greetings everyone, this is Mike Wright, the Astro Sherpa, dropping in with a special report. Post full moon, whoa! That baby hung right overhead all night, just blasting us. Good old Virgo, the Virgin, was getting a full moon. She might have liked that. But that moon was watching all this energy. Neptune, Sun, Mercury, and guess who has just come into play? Good old Saturn is now in Pisces. So here comes a replay of some of this karmic stories out of the 90s. So the Clintons, you know, the Bushes, all these families, big players back in the 90s, we're seeing some of the destruction and corruption from those old storylines. We're still dealing with the 80s from both parties. So this is what's winding down, and we're just replaying some of these old memories. So this is time for a change into the future, and guess who's being elevated? All right, folks, there you go. So let's see who's showing up. See what this one has to say.
You know, maybe there needs to be a formal deprogramming of the cult members, but something needs to happen.
And how do you do that? Because you said you have to defeat them by defeating their leader. Their leader is Donald Trump. Even you have said that you expect him to be the Republican nominee. How does this...
So this person from the 80s is calling for a deprogramming. Fascinating. So let's get rid of the old serpents and scorpions. She's a Scorpio. Scorpios are very creative people, but they're the ones that stir the pot. So this is where the potions are made and the poisons. The apothecary's rose is poison and pain. So these people are what dig into our wounds and keep us, in fear, ugliness. But this is how you heal yourself, through discernment. So you have to pay attention, understand what you're hearing, seeing, feeling, okay? So on the right-hand side, this is discernment of spirits. Yeah, we're coming into a spiritual time, spiritual warfare. The world is under attack. So we have to discern what is real and what is false. So let's look at these planets. The moon over here in Virgo. I showed you that past video. The moon was at 20 degrees. That's the judgment. This is showing you these patterns come around. Pisces is the spiritual story and karmic memories. So this shows you these patterns and loops play out over time, which is this loop. Time space is contained in this circle. Okay? So if you look at the moon phase right now, 322 degrees, 22 minutes. So 322 is the primary degree. So when the new moon started, that's the 0 degree point. And we had that back here in the body. Now we're going to get ready to have a new moon in Libra. So Virgo is feeling the tension. And the symbol for Virgo is me, M-E, aka Middle Earth. Yeah, so that ties into the Lord of the Ring. One ring to rule them all. So all these planets make rings in successive orders of magnitude and their velocity. So these planets were put in order based upon how fast they went around in their orbits. So we have changed storylines, folks, and we're getting ready to have an eclipse here on this new moon in Libra. So this is time for you to reflect and use discernment and realize the low frequencies, the old storylines popping up to scare you to react. Don't buy into it. Don't believe it. Trust your instincts, your intuition, and your intellect, and vibrate your own brilliance and stay true to your purpose. Stay on your path. Stay focused. We're almost at the end here. When the lunar eclipse happens at the end of the month, October 28th, this finishes out the Scorpio, and we saw one of those, and the Taurus timeline we've been dealing for the last 18 months. So these eclipse energies hit 6 months per 10 degrees, roughly speaking. So we call that a deacon, a guide, a counselor, This is showing us these energies switch from positive to negative to positive to negative. They have to interleave energies. So that is part of the universal process of fabric of time-space. So, yeah, this is huge, huge reflective energy right now. And this is for you to learn hard, ugly truths by just simply listening, receiving. Do not project the storyline being promoted. In Texas Hold'em, one of the greatest card games, the popularity came out back in 2004, and that was right along this north node, south node, this nodal axis on Libra and Aries back in 2004. So every 9 years we experience these eclipse energies, but they reverse in direction. So we're playing out and seeing these storylines come up, and this is so that you can finalize anything you were dissatisfied with in old relationships, old learning, feeling your power and resting, recuperating, being lighthearted. So in Texas Hold'em, you have to bluff. It's part of the game. And it comes down to the last card when the biggest bluffs come out. And that's called the river. So those who have the winning hand, they withstand the bluffs, the false projections of darkness and the lies and those calling for deprogramming. They are the program. So wake up. Let's go outside and we're going to show you this amazing, amazing journey. But first, we're going to show you that journey. Yeah, the fool's journey is we're going to go outside and take a little journey. You have to step off the cliff, meaning your ego's blindness to the program and the pattern. So let's go out here and show you this amazing, amazing energy. Venus is rising, and that moon went over her the other day. And here's Jupiter. So Jupiter is back out here. My camera's blocking this out. Okay. Yeah, Jupiter's just coming and going. There you go. So Jupiter has moved back a couple degrees. That's wild. It's blinking in and out by these clouds. So wild. All right. So here's the moon and Venus rising. And this looks gorgeous. Let me get a good angle here. There's Venus. And the moon is just coming up here. Just gorgeous. Look at that. So that's a balsamic moon. So this is wrapping up this intense energy cycle of the last 18 months eclipses. So we're kicking into a new wave of this Aries Libra. So Aries is the male principle of war, but it doesn't have to be. Mars went back to school with the retrograde in Gemini, and Mars has taken a lot of time to learn diplomacy. So don't act out in an aggressive, assertive force without considering your moves. And this is many moves ahead. So this is us tuning in, feeling these reflections. Relax. This energy's to provoke you to get reaped. So Saturn has intensified by coming all the way back almost to the 0 point of Pisces. So we have to feel these stories. We have to understand and let go of the past. This is time to establish new power structures. And you do it through your physical self first. So the outer world wants you weak, fat, gluttonous, feeling ugly, depressed, so you buy all their shit and you sit there and watch their crap all day. That's the programming. You have to deprogram yourself from their program, and then you'll get real, true understanding of this higher reality, higher belief systems we're coming into. Then you won't have to be scared of all this alien projection bullshit they're gonna throw out next. So just realize we're down to the river in Texas Hold'em. Call their bluff. Find your real power by tuning in, tuning up, and participating. Vibrate your highest frequency. Any way you go, I hope you're well. Astro Sherpa out.